What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Briones Pickleball channel for another paddle review. My name is Jaeger, and today we're looking at something special. If you've been up to date with the different paddle podcasts, you've definitely heard the hype around Joola's new paddles. The Perseus Alpha, which is Ben John's new paddle, and the Magnus Alpha, which is Tyson McGuffin's new paddle. I'm ecstatic to say that the hype is completely real. Quick disclaimer though, the paddles that I've been able to play test with for a small amount of time are the prototypes of the final product that is being released today actually. Joola told us that the prototype and the final production model are going to be very similar, so take that with a grain of salt.
Hey everyone, Jordan here. We actually just got these production models in the mail, and just like Jaeger said, this review that you're watching is based on the prototypes. We just got these in, and from what I can tell, I've hit both of them. These paddles are going to be really great paddles, but I'm gonna let him do the full review. That's going to be coming soon, so make sure you look out for that and stay tuned for that. And now let's get back to this review.
If the final product is close to the prototypes that I've been play testing, then look out, because every person that plays pickleball will end up wanting to pick one of these up. Whether that's from watching a review like this one or from experiencing it firsthand playing against someone that is using it. This is more of a first look review than a full in-depth one. The full in-depth review of the official paddle will be out very soon. The Perseus Alpha, which is Ben John's paddle, is a 16mm thermoformed elongated paddle, has a 5.5 inch handle, and it comes in weighing at 8 ounces with a swing weight of 120. We don't have twist weight right now because the attachment we need is currently being shipped here, but we will have all the specs in the full in-depth review. Tyson's paddle, the Magnus, is a 14mm elongated paddle that is also thermoformed with foam injected into the walls of the paddle. It has a 5 inch handle and it came in at 7.9 ounces with a swing weight of 115. Joola is claiming that these new paddles are a new generation of paddles, calling it Gen 3. And honestly, I believe them. Let's get into why that is. Many of you know Gearbox's newest line of paddles, the Gearbox Pro Power series. They are notorious for having the craziest pop and power that there is, but they're still able to have a nice feeling off the face when hitting the softer shots. The cons about these paddles are that the sweet spot size is kind of small and how easy it is to sail a return or dink if you barely hit it too hard. Well, Joola took note. They have basically made their own version of what Gearbox did, and in my opinion, they did it much better. While playing with these, I no longer had those shots fly out of bounds because my paddle face was off 1% when making contact with the ball. The sweet spots are now massive. You literally have to hit the edge guard to have a miss hit. The pop and power of both these paddles are incredible. I think they're just under the power level of the Gearbox Pro Power series, and I think that's a good thing. It just makes things more manageable in general. But the feel of these paddles is what really got me. I haven't experienced the feel off of the face of a paddle this much since playing with the OG first generation carbon paddles and the Electra Model E, if you play with either of those. It's like they marry the first generation raw carbon fiber feel with the same pop and power as the new Gearbox Pro Power paddles. The dwell time on these paddles is just fantastic. This makes dinks, resets, thirds so fun and easy to hit, but when you want to juice a drive or a serve, it explodes off the face. But even with drives and serves, you can feel that nice, cushy, responsive feeling into your arm and hand, which is unlike some of these other paddles where the face stiffens up when hitting those drives to give it some more power. Something else to note is how insane the spin is with these paddles. We weren't able to get any RPM numbers, but I can tell both of these paddles get top tier spin. If I had to guess, they'd both be in the upper 2200 range on the RPM scale. With a great feel off the face and its aggressive spin, control with these paddles was much easier than I expected. I mean, it definitely took me a couple games to get it reined in, but it quickly became second nature. I know I have been talking about the Perseus and the Magnus like they are the same paddle, and they're not. But I will say this, I don't think I've ever played with a 14mm and a 16mm paddle that are so similar in how they play. but still have their own unique flair to them. Magnus has been my favorite 14mm paddle that I've ever used. It has all the pros of a 14mm paddle, like more pop and power, and none of the typical cons like a smaller sweet spot, a stiff feeling off the face of the paddle, and a low twist weight. But guys, these paddles are the real deal. I would be very surprised if these are not paddles of the year. I can't think of a single thing that I dislike about them. They feel like they're control paddles off of the face, and at the same time they could demolish balls like the Gearbox Pro Power can. These are gonna sell so fast, they literally might be sold out by the time you watch this video. If you want to experience the craziest and most fun paddle that I've ever played with, then pick one of these up before you have to wait a month for them to get back in stock. If you want to save some cash and help us continue to make these reviews for you guys, use the link down below in the description. And if you're not subscribed, please do. We are constantly posting teaching content and paddle reviews so that you can play your best pickleball. I can't wait to go more in depth with the production models of these paddles for you guys very soon. I love you all so much, and I will catch you guys in the next review. Peace.